Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Railtel Corporation Q3 FY23 post-results earnings conference call hosted by IDBI Capital. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone telephone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vishal Periwal. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Melissa. I think, first of all, apologies for the slight delay that has been there in this earnings call, and we thank you for waiting by for this call. Now, I'd like to welcome the management from the Railtel team. We have Shri Sanjay Kumarji, who is CMD and Director Operational and Market Maintenance. And then we have Shri V. Rama Manohar Raoji, who is Director Finance. And next we have Mr. Shri Rakesh Ranjanji, who is the Director Network Planning and Marketing. And as usual, we'll have a brief overview from the management on the gone by quarter, and then we'll have the lines open for everyone to ask their query. Thank you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you, Vishalji. Very good afternoon to all, and I also would like to submit my apology for slight delay, and thank you for waiting for management to join. Mr. Rakesh Ranjan, incidentally, is not available, Director Network Planning and Marketing. That's one information I want to share with you. It gives me great pleasure to interact with you on the company's performance in the backdrop of Q3 results of the company, with limited survey by statutory auditor, which was declared by the company on 31st January 2023. I'm happy to share with you that company has declared interim dividend of rupees 1.50 per share, which is 15% of the face value of the share. The company achieved consolidated operating revenue of 454 crores for Q3 as against 429 crores in the Q2 of FY22-23, registering the QOQ growth of 6%. Consolidated income from operations for 9 months period ending 31st December 2022 stood at rupees 260 crores against 1083 crores in the corresponding period of previous year, registering an increase of 16% year-on-year basis. Railtel posted profit before tax of rupees 43 crores during Q3 of financial year 22-23. Profit after tax for Q3 stood at rupees 32 crores. Our core EBITDA for Q3 stood at rupees 72 crores against rupees 70 crores in the corresponding period of last year, which clearly shows that our profitability in telecom business and project business remains intact, with the reduction in profit mainly is due to expected credit loss provision as per our accounting policy. Telecom business contributed turnover of rupees 287 crores and project business contributed of rupees 167 crores this quarter. Despite steep competition in the telecom market, Railtel has been consistently making profit and growing year-on-year with good margin. In 2023, while we will continue to focus on solidifying our existing foothold in sectors like railway, coal, banking, and defense, we are also exploring new ones like health, education, urban development, and so on. We are making continuous endeavor to enter into new sectors with artificial intelligence, IoT, and other technologies with based new products and services, in addition to our existing products and services, which can help our customers become more efficient and gain competitive advantage. In this line, Railtel has recently successfully executed automation projects for examination bodies like National Test Agency, NTA, by providing Aadhaar-based biometric services for impersonation control of candidates and got order from Haryana government, Navodaya Vidyalaya, and JEE Mains for credentials checking of aspirants. We are in discussion with more potential customers for bigger projects for this line of business. Cybersecurity we have identified as a new potential area where we have started strategizing to make our business case. Railtel has recently received a work order for design, development, supply, install, test and commission and O&M for 5 years for integrated command and control center and associated activities for Puducherry Smart City. And recently, yesterday only, we have bagged another big ticket order from State Bank of India. The company is actively working towards successful execution of video surveillance system of Indian Railways project with finalization of contracts, and major part of Nirbhaya work under this project is likely to be completed during the current financial year. We are continuously striving to partner and handhold our customers in their digital transformation journey. We understand the need for network upgradation, hence we are heavily investing in network expansion and upgradation. We are focusing on developing assets and have initiated process for setting up of 100 edge data centers in various tier 3 and tier 2 and 3 cities and 5,000 tower infra in various railway premises through PPP mode. We are also working on asset monetization and have initiated process for monetizing our station Wi-Fi project, which is spread across 6,108 railway stations along with partner consortium. This is going to generate good revenue for us by monetizing through targeted advertisement and extending multimedia infotainment services for railway passengers. We intend to play a significant role in modernizing train control through execution of covers and implementing LTE-based high-speed mobile communication corridor for Indian Railways. To expand our reach beyond border, we are also exploring international markets also in the areas where we gained expertise in domestic market. In these directions, we are already working to find partners and strategic joint ventures. With the launch of 5G technology, India has entered into new era of modern communication. Railtel aims to leverage 5G technology in providing better services. Our infrastructure shall be an enabler in proliferation of 5G for voice and data for the users. Railtel is considering to set up more towers in partnership with industry along with its optical fiber backbone to enable 5G rollout. For our rail wire subscribers, we are continuously innovating and adding value to services by way of bundling and access to our station Wi-Fi hotspots. With a robust order book position and continued participation in high-ticket tenders, we are confident about continuing the momentum of profit and growth in future. The management humbly acknowledges the trust reposed by the investors in the company and would like to assure you that the company is and will continue to strive to achieve new benchmarks in the current financial year and in the years to come. Thank you all.
So would you like to begin with the question and answer session?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may enter star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If your questions have been answered and you wish to withdraw yourself from the queue, you may enter star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. To ask a question, you may enter star and 1. We have the first question from the line of Viraj Mithani from Jupiter Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. My question is about, you talked about 5G rollout in cybersecurity. So can you expand on what will be doing cybersecurity? And what kind of work will we do there? And what will be the capital expenditure required for the 5G rollout? How will it be financed and how it will be done?
Your first question is on 5G rollout. So we are not rolling out 5G ourselves, but we will play a role as an enabler for the other operators to basically proliferate their 5G availability. So along the railway track, we are already in the process of identifying partners who will help us in erecting towers, which will be fiberized, and thereby the mobile operators can roll out their 5G. So we ourselves are not there. That is one. I think this satisfies you.
Yes, correct.
Second is cybersecurity. Regarding cybersecurity, so cybersecurity, we will be providing security operations center as a service, SOC as a service, to many of the government customers.
So would you be partnering with someone, or because it's a very vast field as such? So
This is actually, that's why I told that we are in the process of identifying various partners for cybersecurity also. Now cybersecurity scope has actually enhanced. Now it is called as cyber resilience, not cyber security. So it means you have to be ready, and you have to assume that you are going to get compromised. That is the kind of situation is there in cyber resilience and cyber security area. We are still there are people who are approaching. Certainly, it is going to be a partnership.
Okay. And sir, like regarding 5G, means will we get some sort of a rent with the partnership with railways or something like that on the using our towers?
No,
that would be the business model, or what would be the business model in 5G?
No, 5G is not our business case per se. It is Railtel, which will be enabler.
Okay.
So we are already there in I segment, and we are giving tower collocation, fiber connectivity.
So how will we make money in terms of the revenues with sharing with the railways? Is it something like that?
No. See, if we are erecting our own towers, then we are not going to share any revenue with railways. We will be paying only license fee to the railways for the land we will be using.
Okay. And the towers?
Whereas in existing case where towers are there along the railway track, we are sharing revenue with railways.
Okay, so the tower capex will be done by Railtel. Is that correct to think?
Railtel or its partner.
Okay. Sir, my next question is about RDN and COD. Can you give us status on that? Like where are we right now on those?
See, RDN and COD are the long-term business proposition, and we recently had some experience in COD. So after that, there are still some challenges which we are still deliberating. So we are yet to finalize RDN, which is already opened. We could not evaluate it and finalize this thing. We hope to get something in this quarter. And COD, we will decide afterwards this RDN is decided.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll come back in the queue for the question, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, if you have a question, you may enter star and 1. We have the next question from the line of Pratap Maliwal from Mount Intra Finance Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible, please?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for taking my questions, and congrats on the recent order wins that Railtel has been getting. I just wanted to start with some data points regarding our railway offering. What is the number of subscribers and the average revenue per user as of Q3 now?
Yeah. So regarding Railwire, I would like to give you a slight background. Recently, in fiber to the home segment of broadband, there has been movement, dynamic changes coming up like IPTV and OTT kind of elements also getting bundled with the broadband connection. So in that kind of backdrop, we are also realigning our strategy and trying to compete in the market. Yes, there is a lot of competition in this market. So we are also finding it difficult to increase the number of subscribers. We are retaining them at least. So we are in the final stages of strategy so that we can increase the numbers. As far as the ARPU is concerned, we are maintaining the ARPU in the range of 550 rupees.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir. Now, recently there was an article I read that the Ministry of Railways has opened its telecom services to private players, allowing them to install towers on the land owned by it. So far, this was reserved for Railtel. So I just wanted to understand that now the tenders, as per my understanding, would be open to private players. So what is the effect on us, and can you provide some more detail on this incident, please?
So first of all, let me answer your first question that telecom services are not open per se. Only infrastructure like right-of-way along the railway track and land or space on the railway station. These two infra have been open to public, which were hitherto available to Railtel on exclusive basis. On this, okay, I would say that Railtel being in favorable position because we have been there and we are already a railway company. So we command an upper hand and we are sure that we'll continue to maintain as far as railway, this optical fiber network along the railway track, say 67,000 kilometers of network. It's not so easy to lay cable along this track and maintain for this large amount of length in any short time given. That is one. Now come to the space on the railway station. Again, you have to basically coordinate with there are 67 divisions, 17 zonal railway headquarters. So one has to actually approach these divisional railway headquarters for getting these permissions to get the land, space, and so on. So I am of the opinion that Railtel will be majority of the basically major players in this segment, continue to be. I'm not saying that the private players will not come, but Railtel will continue to play a major role for this, for towers and all.
Okay, sure, sir. Now, regarding our project revenues, out of our 167 crores, what was the contribution of our railways out of the 167 crores of project revenue?
Railway project out of this was not much. We other projects were roughly most of it was non-railway projects, 155 CR. It was non-railway projects.
Okay,
13 CR was railway projects.
Okay. So, sir, just regarding
but yeah, already projects of railways we are executing, and this quarter onwards, the results would be adding to the our top line.
Okay, sure, sir. Now, just regarding the railway demand for grants, I was reading that document. So there are many heads of the railways regarding CapEx. So could you just help us which heads can actually relate to Railtel so we can understand how the financing from the government would be moving, given that the government is increasing
Railtel has nothing to do with financing from Ministry of Railways or any other government. We are sustaining our projects ourselves. We are not taking any subsidy or anything from Ministry of Railways.
No, I meant railway projects that we'll be doing, that we apply for, that we carry out. So in which heads of CapEx for the railways do we fall into, so we can get an idea of that?
No, we have to basically there will be no. Actually, there are many projects wherein Railtel will have to, like signaling projects would be there, telecom, this LT, and then Kavach would be there. So we'll have to basically compete with private sector and win these tenders, and then only we get the business. There's no nomination now.
Okay, sir. And just one last thing from my side. The project revenues in 9M FY23 were about 404 crores versus 340 crores in 9M FY22. Now the project expenses have increased from 298 to 382 crores. So the increase in expenses is more than the increase in the revenue from projects. So what is going on in this particular area? Can I just understand?
Yes. So actually there are few projects wherein we don't have our own presence. So there we'll have to partner with the last mile service providers. So those kind of expenses increase. And in projects in a quarter, that second reason is that in a quarter is a small period wherein you can actually basically one-on-one match the expenditure and revenue. So sometimes it also happens that revenue comes in Q3 and we have spent in Q2. But overall, an annual basis, this gives a better picture, I would say.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for taking my question. Best of luck.
Thank you. Participants, if you have a question, you may enter star and 1. The next question is from the line of Swacha Jain from AMS Wealth. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity to me. So my first question is regarding the RDN. Like you answered to the previous participant that, we are likely to announce the winner in Q4. But, sir, in last call also, we had mentioned that we would be announcing the winner in Q3 for the RDN. So if you could just, give some color on it as to, how many bids have we received. And I just want to understand, just want to rule out the worst case scenario. Like, it had happened in COD where we had to go back to the ministry and reconsider the RFP. So do you think something like this can also happen in RDN?
See, this would be premature to say anything on this subject because number of participants we cannot declare due to confidentiality. But I can say this much that we are, since this being a 10 years project, we are basically studying each and every aspect of it, given the experience in case of COD.
Okay. But it won't happen like we have to go back, right? Do you think, is there a possibility of...
I am not in position. I'm not in position to say that.
Okay.
Right
no
now.
problem. Okay. Sir, also I wanted to understand, the telecom margins are quite fluctuating. Like, sometimes it's 25 to 27%, sometimes it's 20%. So one, I wanted to understand why there is so much of fluctuation in the telecom margins. And secondly, if you could, guide us as to, what kind of sustainable margins can we expect in the telecom business?
Okay. So telecom business, I think 20 to 25% margin will continue to be there. I don't see any big factor to affect this number. Now, as you already said that these fluctuations are there, and I know that project business, we are expanding on project business side. So we are not now considering to grow in terms of percentage only, but we are strategizing to get more volume so that our absolute numbers continue to grow.
Okay.
Because of competition in telecom market also being there, we are now basically concentrating more on volume rather than on a small number of projects.
Right. Okay. And so just last question, it's a follow-up to the earlier participant. If you could give us the subscribers of Railwire as on, 31st December, and what was the net addition in the subscriber in Railwire in Q3?
In fact, I indicated in answer to the last question also. So there has been not any substantial. I think there was hardly 15,000 subscribers only. But there is a continuous switch from one to other, and then we are trying to win them back. And most of it, since we are working both in rural and urban. So urban areas, there is dynamism, means we are not very sure. But rural areas, yes, we are still able to penetrate.
Okay. So in last call, actually, we had said that we have close to 5 lakh of subscribers.
Yeah.
And we expect to reach 6 lakh by FY23 end. So yes. Do you think we can reach that, or that will be pushed by like 1 quarter or something?
I think yes. You say that seems to be correct. It will get pushed by 1 quarter more. And we expect, because we are now we have almost finalized our strategy, and we'll start implementing during this quarter.
Okay.
Due to
Fair
changed
enough.
market scenario. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Saurabh Jain from Sunidhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for taking my questions. I have a couple of questions. To begin with, could you please share the number for provision towards ECL during the quarter and 9M?
So this quarter we have a provision against ECL 36 crore.
36
and overall
crore.
During this, 39 crore.
For 9 months and 21 crores.
39 crores for 9 months and 21 crore during this quarter.
21 crore during this quarter, sorry.
21 crore during this quarter and
Right.
total 39 crore during 9 months.
And this entire amount is included in the other expenses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, if you can share the number for the revenue from data center and managed hosting during the quarter.
Actually, data center, if you talk of data center alone, there will be around, I think, 20 CR. Data center, 38. So 9 months it has been 38 CR.
38 CR.
Yeah.
Okay. And one last bookkeeping question. Any pending impairment of CWIP from the Northeast project?
No, not in this quarter.
Okay. Anything which we should expect going forward? Is there any remaining amount which needs to be impaired?
We are pursuing with the government to basically bring it back, but I'm not sure whether it will be. But we have started pursuing USOF for the same.
Okay. Coming to my main question, sir, during last couple of con calls and in our media interaction, we have been very optimistic on execution on the project side still during the third quarter. Although as you have mentioned that there was no revenue in the third quarter from railways. So if you can, cite the reason for under execution on the project side and what should be the outlook for Q4 and FY24?
Yeah. So on railway side as well as few of the non-railway projects also. One reason which I see is the continuation of the Ukraine war and the global recession, and consequently the availability of chipset also. Chipset availability due to Ukraine war and the problem continuing in China as well. So we were expecting that the availability of chipset will be better during this year to 2023, but it has not happened. But now it started. We have seen the scenario getting relaxed better. So I hope that during 24 we can pull on that. Even Q4 also we will get results, not getting much affected due to availability of semiconductors.
Okay, so if I am not mistaken, the outlook for the current fiscal was around 1,000 crore. And we have done nearly 400 crores in the first 3 quarters. So would you like to revise
another 400 crores?
Another 400. Okay, fine. And sir, one last question from my side. On the margins front, in one of the earlier phone calls, we had guided for 27 to 28% on the telecom side and 8.5% on the project side, but the margins have consistently been falling. And keeping this ECL provision aside, the EBITDA margin, as reported, is one of the lowest in last 12-13 quarters. So what should be the worst case scenario which we can assume going forward in both the divisions?
See, if you see the project, so till Q2 it was 4% only, but we have already recovered to 7% when we have come to Q3. So I think project margins will be more or less here only. As far as telecom business is concerned, I would revise the guidelines for this thing to 20-25%, 20 to 25, rather than 25 to 30.
22 to 25 and 7-8% for project division, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so going forward with rising share of project services, the overall EBITDA margin is likely to showcase a downtrend. So do you have any benchmark that we won't do any business below this margin or something like that?
As I said in an answer to a previous lecture, that we are already seeing the competition in project business also. So we are now considering more on volume side so that our absolute numbers grow healthily, rather than we concentrate on the particular project margin, because then we will start losing the business also. So that we don't want to happen. So we are now slightly and slowly changing our strategy, that we will not stick to a number and we lose a business.
Okay, fine. Thanks. That's all from my side.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Bala Murali Krishnan, from an investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I would like to know regarding this Kavach, any update? Is there any discussions with the OEMs?
The discussions with the OEM are still not finalized, basically not in final stage, as RDSO is also carrying out some type test approvals and all that. So we are still working out and trying to finalize with anyone.
No, I think in the last call.
There are not many OEMs. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we have two OEMs for which some part of the order was already issued. So in last call, we have discussed that for LTE connectivity, they will come to us, so we need to offer that service. So regarding
that will be apart from this Kavach. So that will be an enabler, and they have no option. Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing, sir. In the remarks, in the opening remarks, you were talking about this education sector order. So in one of our presentation in the opening remarks, you were talking about education sector orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, in one of our presentation, we have mentioned that we have around a scope of 1,000 crore order in this sector. So could you please update us any new order wins in this one?
In the education sector, we have never told 1,000 crore. I don't remember.
Actually, a few quarters before, you have uploaded one presentation.
I don't. No, that you maybe, I think you are talking about national knowledge net. You could directly, if you talk of application business, basically, if you talk of application business in education sector, so we have started making dents in this sector.
I think it is regarding setting ICT lab.
Yeah.
ICT lab for Bihar and Assam schools.
No, not yet anything. I don't see anything on radar. But we have got a few orders which are 10 to 15 crores. They are very small. And we are still pursuing with the various purchasers like Navodaya Vidyalaya and even NTA, this National Testing Agency. for their Aadhaar authentication services. These kind of things we are trying, but we have not got any major success per se. Health, we have got few, but education we are still trying.
Okay. And one more thing on video surveillance system. What is the status and how much you can expect in this next quarter or next year from the railway side? I think we have one Delhi order also from the Delhi police, and any order pipeline in this one, in this sector?
As far as video surveillance is concerned, so we are expecting that supplies come before Q4, and we are already discussing with our partners, our OEMs, because again, semiconductor chips has been one major issue for the commissioning of video surveillance. Orders are already placed, and we have been assured by the partners, OEMs, that they'll be able to supply major chunk of material so that we can commission major chunk of it started commissioning actually, major chunk in before March 23. But if you talk of complete project, by next year, this project of basically stations should be complete by end of 2024.
Okay, sir. In this one, in this video surveillance system, how much do we have executed?
Hello, Mr. Murli.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. You'll have to come back in the queue. We have participants waiting.
Okay.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Vishal Periwal. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, in the revenue side, for the telecom segment, can you give a breakup between NLD, IP1 and the third segment?
So NLD in Q3 was 141 crore, ISP was 93 crore, and IP1 was 48 crore.
Okay. Sure, sir. And second, one data point, I mean, in terms of what is the current order book that we have as on 31st December in project?
So we have the order books close to 5,000 crore, which include taxes also, of course.
Okay. So I think this is just a clarification. So it's around about 4,000 because last time we have reported little, I mean, any division in the order?
Around 4,700, I think, in one interview.
Okay.
4,700 crores, inclusive of course, tax. And recently we have got another order, so we can say it is somewhere close to 5,000.
It's 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And next, I think just I mean, like, one a question was already there. This opening up of a sector for private entities, the right of way and the space along. So it is only for the tower side or even the optic fiber which we have 67,000 odd crore, 67,000 odd kilometers. So even that can be like, private guys can enter into the space.
See, private right till now the railway right of way was not available to anybody else other than Railtel for laying of telecommunication cable. But now it is open. But as I told you that it is not a small job to lay optical fiber cable all along the railway track. There may be instances where they lay 1 or 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers for using the right of way along the railway track to get into some other side of the track or maybe accessing some specific area. But I don't think it will be easy for any private sector player to develop a complete network of the size of Railtel's existing network. So I don't see any challenge in this segment.
Okay. And then earlier, sir, we were sharing, 7% of our revenue, for the services that we are giving and the usage of the railway siding. So will this change now or it remain the same?
So we have already started discussing with Ministry of Railway on this aspect. So I cannot comment. It will be too premature to say anything on this.
Okay, sure. Thanks a lot for the clarification, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Swecha Jain from EMS Wealth. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. I have a couple of follow-up questions. Sir, you said the order book is around 5,000 crores. So would you be able to give a split of this into how much is on the railway side and how much is on non-railway side, sir?
So if we talk of railways, there's around 40%, and other than railways is remaining.
Okay. And also, sir, on the project business, I think I kind of missed when you were answering somebody's question. What kind of revenue you were saying? Like we've done 400 crores, and in Q4 you're saying we'll do another 400 crores, is it?
Q4, yeah.
Q4, okay. So basically last quarter we had guided 1,000 crores for FY23. That we are tapering down to 800 crores.
Yeah.
And for FY24, so you had given a guidance of 1,500 crores. So should we assume FY24 1,500 crores, or there is some revision on that also, sir?
See, we'll be, of course, trying to get this number. 1,500 crores is still our target, and we'll see the situation basically getting better in semiconductor chip supply.
Okay. And sir, I missed the ECL provision number for this quarter.
So that is 21 CR.
21 CR for Q3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And 39
Thank
for
you.
9 months.
39 for 9 months. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Hitesh Mahida from HDFC Life. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. Just a couple of queries. Firstly, I mean, if you can help me understand, you said there has been a heightened competition in the project side, and accordingly we are just going for volumes rather than margins. And despite that, we are giving 7-8% margin guidance. So if you can help me understand, I mean, from which players are we seeing heightened competition?
So there are PSU and non-PSU. Both kind of competition are there. If you talk of non-PSUs, there are L&T, HFCL, or any other like Tata, Railtel, Reliance Jio also there. And in PSUs, Bessel, ITI, TCIL, these are the companies which are there.
But on the railway side, I think we have the ROFR, right?
On railway side?
We have right of first refusal, right?
No, I think there's a lot of noise coming from your side.
On the railway side, we have right of first refusal, right?
No, there's no such right we have.
Okay. This is the operator. Mr. Mahida, if you are on an extension, like a Bluetooth or something.
No, actually, I'm not on extension. I'm on mobile only. Maybe some disturbance. And just one last question. I mean, this 150 crore project business run rate quarterly, I mean, what should we expect it going ahead? I mean, should we expect a much higher performance from Q4 onwards?
See, if you see the numbers, the projects coming in during last couple of months, we have got a good amount of new orders also, like Pondicherry, NMDC, now State Bank of India, and there are few tenders where we are declared L1 and we are expecting those orders to come. So you can very well assume that we will upgrade our guidelines in project business, and this quarter also we are expecting 400 kind of number coming in. It was not only competition but the semiconductor chip supply also, because we already have orders in our hand, and we need to deliver them because of the supplies. Few of them are hampered.
Okay. So this quarterly run rate, we should expect at least 20-25% growth going ahead, say maybe from next year?
Quarterly, again, I cannot say much, but yes, annual numbers we'll be targeting. Quarterly, I can't say because sometimes
we should go at least 20-25%.
Yeah, on an average, you can say that.
Okay, and the execution delays which have primarily happened because of chipset delays.
Yes, mostly.
Okay. But recently, having gone through commentary of some of the larger semiconductor players like Samsung and all, they too are saying that there is now the supply is more than demand. So we have not seen anything on the ground level.
See, there are commodities there are different kind of semiconductor chips. So there are commodities like routers, transport equipment, and high-end equipment which are generally required by us. So there is still scarcity in that segment, whereas low-end commodities like switches or even small CPs, I agree with you that the situation has improved.
Okay, sir, thanks and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Pratap Maliwal from Mount Intra Finance. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Mr. Maliwal, please go ahead. If you have muted the line from your end, please.
Yeah, I was on mute. Sorry.
Sure.
I was on mute. Yeah, I just said the Q4 project revenue going to 400 crores is quite interesting. So I just wanted to confirm what would be the video surveillance revenues out of it, because I think we were supposed to monetize about 300 crores in Q4. So what will out of the 400 crores, what would be the VSS project component?
So we are still eyeing 200 to 250 for against this project.
And the balance would be then in Q1, or would we maybe get shifted out to Q2?
Yes. Next year we will close it.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you so much, and congrats on your recent order.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Amit Kumar from Determined Investments. Please go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Mr. Amit Kumar? Mr. Amit Kumar, your line has been unmuted. Please proceed with your question. As there is no response from this participant, we'll move to the next question from the line of Dhvani Shah from Investec. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, just wanted to check how much was the ECR.
Could you be slightly louder?
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, so just wanted to check how much was the ECR provision in Q2 and Q1. You all have given the number to be 39 crores for 9 months. So if you can please let me know the breakup for the previous 2 quarters, and if there are any write-backs.
Q1 and Q2 you are asking ECL?
Yeah.
Let me get these numbers. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Total 18 for Q1 and 21. Total 18 in Q1 and 21. Okay. So total 18 is from Q1 Q2. There's no basically write back.
Okay, no write back. Okay, perfect. And also, you all mentioned that you all have changed your strategy a little bit by focusing more on volumes in the project business versus eyeing margins. So just wanted to understand what will the margins for Q4 look like?
They will continue to be in the same range, 7 to 8% for now, because this kind of strategy will take time to get implemented. But yeah, we are focused on getting absolute growth.
Okay, and does that change your guidance for the next year if you're focusing on growth in terms of revenue?
Next year, we will be. Yeah. We expect to be in the range of 25%.
25. Okay, thanks a lot. That's it from my end.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Amit Kumar from Determined Investments. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for the opportunity and apologies earlier. I just wanted to, sort of get a sense in your IP1, business, the rollout of 5G sort of, progressing at a fairly, fast clip, at least as far as
your voice is not clear.
Mr. Kumar, your voice is sounding muffled. If you could use...
Is this better?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Yes. So I was saying that, in the IP1 business, the rollout of 5G sort of progressing at a reasonably, fast clip now, at least 2 out of, the 3 operators out there. So are you sort of deriving any benefit, from the same in that side of the business, and any sort of guide for fiscal 24?
I would rather like not to comment on 5G rollout by these 2 operators. I think we all can experience the same and then find out. So I really don't want to comment on that. But yeah, we have not yet benefited from this.
All right. And just a very small sort of follow-up on this, Vodafone obviously has had some, trouble paying their service providers. So do you have sort of any sort of exposure, any sort of receivable, on that side?
No, Vodafone, as far as Railtel is concerned, has been paying continuously and consistently. So we have not big exposure, but whatever number is there, so they have been paying continuously.
But there are no excess receivables like, upwards of 90, 120 days, nothing of that sort.
I won't say 90-20 days, but yeah, 1 to 2 months they are paying.
1 to 2 months, I think. So that's within the benchmark. Just one sort of small, financial, question. When we look at your segment, financials, there is this unallocated expenditure net of income item which seems to be quite volatile, on a quarter-on-quarter basis. I mean, I know a year ago you had, some chunky other income, so that's what's driving it. But even when you look at it on a quarter-on-quarter basis, it's quite volatile. Could you just explain what is, sort of going on here?
Just give me 10-15 seconds.
So if you look at it, in the previous quarter it was about 11.68 crores, and it has gone to just about 23 odd crores in this particular, quarter. That sort of drives a little bit of volatility in your, PBT numbers a bit.
No. Actually, no. I think if again I've been telling this earlier also that quarter is a very small period for a small company like Railtel. So very small change in any number actually becomes in percentage terms seems to be like last quarter our growth was very high, 115 and 120% kind of. So I always try to not to take such small volatility into account. So I don't see any fear in that, and because some volatility also comes in due to ECL also. So I would rather avoid commenting on this.
Okay. So actually I thought the volatility was because...
I don't see any unhealthy trend.
So I thought the volatility, if anything, would be captured, above the line in the, segment project business, because obviously whatever cost that you have, would be sort of captured.
My director of finance may be able to give some insight.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're talking about volatility, but if you kindly see the revenue from operations part, end of December 22, it was 454 crores, whereas at the end of September 22, it was 429 crores. There is a growth of 6%. And if you compare Q3 performance of 22 and Q3 performance of 21, year 21-22, we are maintaining our core EBITDA. We are maintaining our core EBITDA margin. We are maintaining our PAT margin. So that way, operations-wise, there is no serious difficulty. But only because of the ECL and other income, there is a fluctuation in quarter 3 of 2022. So that may be a reason, and it might be giving a feeling to you that there is huge variation kind of thing. This is what we wanted to request you to make note of.
All right, understood, sir. I'll take it off. Not an issue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Hitesh Mahida from HDFC Life. Please go ahead.
For the follow-up, I just wanted to know, this ECL provisioning which we do, is it an actual cash loss or it's just backed by creditors, so we don't actually incur any cash loss?
No cash loss. No cash loss. These are some presumptions we have made, some though they are not bad debts at all. There are some formulas on base of which we have worked out this ECL. So even I invoice today something, a part of it goes to ECL.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no serious loss. There's no serious. Yeah.
So if you can explain us, I say maybe if it's been 100 crore order, what part goes into ECL on day one itself, and what goes on ECL after 2 years?
No, basically the entire debtor's profile will be analyzed as per the age of the pendency. So even within 1 year pendency also, we need to make a provision for ECL of 4%. So similarly, for between 1 to 2 years, the percentage is slightly higher, and 2 to 3, this is still higher, 3 to 4, and beyond it will be still higher. So that gets averaged out, and finally a figure comes out which we will provide it as a provisioning in this particular quarter. But that does not mean that we stop our efforts of recovering those debts. Many of them are our regular reputed customers. There may be certain internal process on their side which may be the reason for pendency, etc. Once we realize them, this ECL provision gets reversed. So that is what the mechanism is all about.
Okay. And do we also do ECL provisioning reversal as and when we recover money? Has that happened in the past?
Yes.
Okay. So in 9 months, have we done any reversal?
Last year we had done. So generally reversals come in the last quarter, because last quarter we are consolidating our recovery. We do drive for recovery of this money. Most of these are government customers, and their estimates are revised. Funds, if not available, they are getting those funds. So those kind of events happen in last quarter, and so we are getting those money back mostly in last quarter.
So last year, if you can help us, what was the overall ECL provisioning and what was the overall ECL reversal in fourth quarter?
Last year, actually, because of this ECL, provisioning of ECL and the related policy came into existence last year. And last year, the net reversal was about 50 crores.
Reversal was 50 crores, and what was the provisioning?
Net of reversal, net of provisioning.
What he was asking, what was the provision? That need to be checked there. We'll get back, but 50 crores was the reversal.
50 crore was the reversal in fourth quarter itself.
You can say for the entire financial year.
No, last quarter it was, I think Q3 it was 36 crore, right? 36 crore was in Q3.
For the entire financial
year. So last year, Q3 also there was reversal of 36, and whole of 9 months it was, whole of year it was 61. Q3 itself was 36 crore.
Okay, and this year we haven't done any reversal so far.
This year
it will happen in fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So if you could see, last year some 50 crores reversal was there, and this year about in the 9 months 39 crores reversal is there. So you can understand the impact. 39 crores ECL provisioning is there. So that is the.
So net it can neutralize for the year.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. That's it from my end.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question, and we will now close the question queue. Thank you, members of the management and Mr. Periwal. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of IDBI Capital and Railtel Corporation, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.
Thank you very much.